was that what you said about exception is that when you mentioned the general rule is the general rule. It's like the obligation of Hajj, right? It's the
Yeah.
general obligation, but in terms of there's a criteria in terms of if you
Hmm.
don't fill that, you don't have to do Hajj, right? And that's the specific circumstance. But in terms of Hajj, no one has an issue with it. But when you start talking about other things like, let's say, women going into the workforce, right, instead of focusing on the family, everyone starts having this kind of allergic reaction. What about the female gynecologist? What about the female dentist or doctors or whatever? And you're like, what about the single mother with 3 kids? And you're like, that's the general rule, as in you don't need to go to the exceptions with everyone. It's like inherent in what you're saying. But I feel like we have a different reaction because think about it, it's the same concept with something like Hajj or with something like even Zakat. You have to have a minimum amount before you pay it. But when you say the obligation of Zakat or Hajj, no one